Hello everybody, welcome to Real Talk. My name is John.
And I'm Jess. And we have a lot of interesting topics for you today, starting with...
Well, it's not necessarily a topic, but this is our new setup so far. I mean,
what do y'all think?
What do you think?
Look, you can see my feet.
My boots. I think this is cool. Let us know, actually. We're still kind of figuring it out. This is not permanent just yet, but it might be, we don't know, semi-permanent.
Semi-permanent.
Yeah, and then cool little update. We got little microphones now.
Mine's covered up. It's right here.
Yeah, so hopefully you can hear us a little better. We're just leveling up here. Leveling up.
That's right. All for you. All for you.
For
San Antonio.
Yay.
San Antonio peeps.
And then we're going to be starting off. Our first topic is spring break. Going to be bringing you guys some fun facts that you can do, or actually fun events that you can do here in San Antonio, some budget-friendly events and all that. We're going to cover that as well.
It's going to be great.
And then we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting situation about a mom fighting back. Kind of like a little hidden secret fantasy all parents want to do when our kids getting bullied, right? Like we all just want to, but she actually did.
God.
So we're going to be giving you all those details on that.
And then we'll finish off with our
Dare on Air.
Well, this is Real Talk, San Antonio.
Spring break is finally here. I know.
Welcome to spring break.
Yes, we're all excited. Your kids are out for school. How awesome is that?
Yeah, they get that time to adjust to the time change.
Yep.
I hate that. Do you have a hard time adjusting to the time change?
Honestly, I'm a robot. I think I can.
You're a robot?
Yeah.
Let me see. Ding, ding, ding. It's a robot.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, like my biological clock is just on it. I really don't really. And then so it's weird because sometimes I'm a night owl, so I do all my work at night, and then sometimes it just shifts on me because I try to work out in the morning.
Weird.
It's weird. So I'm never like on a.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not any part of your world. Time does not exist for John Moses.
Time is irrelevant.
How nice.
Yeah. So what are you doing for spring break?
I don't know. Do we have some options for me?
We do. We have a lot.
Terrible planning sometimes,
Yeah. You know what? I am the same thing. I am doing the same thing this year. Like, 'cause this year has been kind of crazy already.
It's been fast, hasn't it?
It's been fast.
Like January to March, gone.
I know that we want to really do like a beach trip, like a guy's trip, like we did last time. That's always a blast. And my he's 14 now, so he enjoys those guys trips more than ever.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing that, but locally, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of cool things to do here in San Antonio. Some are budget friendly, right? Some you pay some money, but there are also just some activities you can do outdoors, stuff that you can do rather quickly.
Definitely. My daughter was asking me to take her by herself to SeaWorld for a day. I'm like, that's reasonable.
Cool. Yeah. She wants to spend some time with you. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
She's my little sweet tart.
Oh,
she's so special. She is. She's spicy, man. She's fun. She's got a good personality.
Starting with the Breckenridge Park.
Ooh, who doesn't love Breckenridge Park?
Yeah. So I got something for you.
There's a ton of things to do there.
There's a ton of things to do. But it's actually kind of cool because there's also, technology is not going anywhere, right? So how about we take advantage of it and like marry it to what we want to do outside? Yeah. There's something called geocaching.
Oh, man. When that came out, I was into it. I did a lot. And then I just faded and I forgot about it.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
So fun.
It's so much fun. It's an adventure. It's like a puzzle, and it's free. Like you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You just download the app and you have fun with it.
And you do the challenge. It's almost kind of like an escape room in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of fun. What kind of caches have you found before?
So the ones that we found, I think, the most interesting one that we found, right, was we did geocaching on 1604 in Culebra behind the Target or in the Target area, where that is.
Yeah.
And there was one we couldn't find anywhere. This guy was creative. Well, it ended up being, there was a little baby rope we saw hanging, like a nylon rope, and it was inside of the pipe, and so we had to pull it. I was like, the feeling of finding that was awesome. It was awesome. But it ended up being let me just kind of paint that picture for those who've never done geocaching before. What it is that you download an app, and on that app, wherever you are, they'll pinpoint on the map where you can find a little treasure, right? So when you find that little treasure, then you don't necessarily take it. You switch out whatever's on there with an item, or you write down your name and date that you found the item, right? So it's just one of those cool little things. But it gets trickier and trickier. Like you're at specific levels, and your first ones are kind of easy. And then it gets really difficult. They leave you clues and hints, and then everybody has unique little caches, whatever that word is, that they leave there. It is a lot of fun. And it's somewhere like Breckenridge Park, which is so big.
Oh, yeah.
I actually personally have never done it there, so I'm excited to try it. I've done it like all over San Antonio, but I haven't done a Breckenridge Park yet. But I just feel like that would be a lot of fun.
I might have to get back into that. I think the last time I looked into it, though, they had like weird fees for different levels and all this. And I was like, this is too much for me to read, for me to download this while I'm in the car. Because I was like just trying to do it on spur of the moment. And I was just like, what? What is all this, man? So it was just kind of weird. So if you're planning on doing that, don't be like me and do it in the car where you're like kind of, it's just last minute, right? Like, research it the day before, find out what logins you need, because there are certain things you have to do to set it up. So
and then too, like what's really great is that you can treat it like an adventure. Like when Ethan and I did it, we would be like, okay, we need boots. You need to make sure you have the right shoes. You need to make sure we have some gloves just in case.
It's a treasure hunt. It's a modern day treasure hunt. That's so cool.
And you can also, before you go to Breckenridge Park, you can, when you download it, you can see the whole map and where things are at. So you can make sure it's worth it before you drive anywhere else. That's kind of what we do, and it's just a lot of fun.
And not only that, but if you need to swap out the cash, like make sure that you bring an item that you are okay with leaving behind, or a few different things.
And then also towards the end, right, when you find the cache, then you can take a picture of it on the app, and then you start developing your profile, like what you found and what you didn't find. But part of that is cool. So if you don't have anything to switch out, just leave the item there and write your information on there. It's just so much fun. I think it's just one of the brilliant way to marry outdoors and technology, and the kids are in for it all the time.
And not only that, just to learn the area as well.
Absolutely. So they have another one, another free one. That's kind of, and it's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, because this is an app that's more specific to nerds like me. But
he's calling out the nerds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% one of them. But a cool one is actually going downtown, right? It's free. The Riverwalk's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally engaging for just walking down there, even the Riverwalk, you know?
Yeah, we would do stuff like that. And there's like a coin collector's place. Went in there, and the gentleman was so hospitable to us, answered all our questions, gave us such interesting takes on different things in history, and just showed us things we had never seen before. It was really nice. Like the kids didn't want to leave there, which I thought was like, they're going to be like, oh, this is so nerdy and boring, but no, they loved it.
That's really cool. And so there's a bunch of stuff like that. And not only the updates, there's so many updates in the Hemisphere Park and so many opportunities there. I know that, I mean, I guess we're just missing the movie at the park, but eventually you can do that too at the Hemisphere Tower or Hemisphere Park. But what I'm trying to get to is
Tower of America.
Tower of America, thank you.
Yes.
I never get that right. And I lived here forever. But the fun thing is that to marry technology with the outdoors is there's a Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing downtown.
Dude, my brother and his family are like super involved with that. Like they'll even be, like, we're going to be a little late to this family function because we have to go do this special. I don't know anything about Pokemon Go, okay? Yeah. Some of my kids play, but I never have. But I guess there's like bonus challenges or things like that. And they're like, we only have like this certain window of time, and it conflicts with the family thing. And I'm like,
because
it's a bunch of nerds.
But it is. But it's really cool because they have like little checkpoints, and it's all digital. Like you have to walk somewhere, and like there's a picture of like, I don't know, like a landmark, and by you being in the area, you can like scan that you were in the area, and you get like prizes and stuff, items. And then there's like areas where you can go and you battle something and you win. Like so,
is there anything on that? Just because I don't know. Is there anything on that you have to pay for? Like, there's always like in-app purchases and stuff.
Yeah, but I think so you can play it 100% free. Like you don't have to pay for anything. But if you wanted to, then yeah, you're gonna find yourself wanting to pay. But it's like 99 cents, and it's one of those things where it's like super cheap.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can do it all the way free. But if you're gonna have a long day with it, you're gonna find yourself probably spending a little bit of cash on it. But overall, I think that is just a fun way to do it. I know Ethan and I, we used to do that avidly. And then when Pokemon Go just came out, it was really cool because there was crowds of people walking together.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But that's just a couple of real quick ideas that you can do for free.
That's a cool way for kids to like meet other people though. And just feel some camaraderie. Because sometimes, especially if they're quote unquote nerdy, right?
Yeah.
They have a little bit of a hard time connecting with other kids. So if they see other kids like themselves doing the same things that they're doing, it just gives them a little bit more connection in the world. And so that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that was just cool. Just fun food for thought. And if you guys are Pokemon Go players, let me know what your favorite Pokemon is, because mine's a shiny Mewtwo. Be jealous. I personally love fishing, right? And there's not a lot of lakes and stuff like that, but there is a good amount of ponds that you can go and catch and release and actually have a really good time, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there is one of them that is surprisingly nice because the area can look a little bit sketchy when you're driving up to it, but Elmendorf Lake Park is actually beautiful.
Really?
Like their park is really, really well. The parking is nice.
Man, I'm learning a lot today because I've never heard of this park.
It is great, and you can go in there and you can fish, and there's just plenty of places to fish, and it's beautiful. Like I said, like driving up to it, I was like, oh man, like this is a little rough, and it's gonna be, but no, like when you get there, it's super nice. There's also another one called Miller's Pond. Have you been there?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. We're real close to there. So.
Yeah. What was your experiences over there?
Okay, this is going to be horrible, all right? My dad's friend drowned in that
Oh no!
pond, yeah. So it's very murky, and so at the bottom of the pond is like sinking sand, basically. So if you get stuck, like you just keep sinking, and the more you struggle, the more it sucks you in.
Oh man, that's morbid.
And so yeah, it was horrible, but yeah.
So
that was the perspective I had about Miller's Pond growing up. Was like, oh, it's a dangerous place, you know.
I see what you're saying.
But I do know that they stock it with fish, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they stock it. You can definitely, the primary fish that's caught there is catfish. So if you're gonna go and you want to catch something, do catfish. There's a bunch of cool little tips that you can find when you go out there, and so you can make sure you get a catch.
Yeah.
Bass are a little bit rare to catch out there. You can do that, but it's what I like about Miller's Pond is that as you walk in, you have direct access right to the pond, so you can bring your chairs, your ice chest, and literally just kind of hang out.
And there's a huge like walking trail all the way around it. So if you're going as a family, and some people want to fish and some people just want to walk around, it's a nice area just to hang out.
For sure. And there's like a couple of other places, but these two are the ones that stand out. And the last one that stands out to me is Tom Slick. It's off of 90 and 151. So it's a huge open park. It has like a baseball field and like a basketball, and it has a dog park, a huge dog park.
Oh, cool.
But they have, like, if you walk to the trails, there is a little pond area there. That's actually a really nice place to fish. The only thing is that you have to carry your gear in there. So if you carry light gear, you're fine.
So bring a wagon.
Yeah, bring a little wagon.
Put all your stuff in there and just trek your way out.
But it's cool. The last time I went there, unfortunately, the water was really low. But it's actually a pretty cool place to kind of go and fish. So those are just different, outdoor, like, or not necessarily all of them are outdoor, but those are just some activities I can do that are just budget friendly.
Some free things. So did you know that MLB is doing their spring training here at the Nelson Wolff Stadium?
Dang.
So you would have to buy tickets for it, but look into it. If you have a baseball lover or a kid who's in baseball right now, that would be a really cool experience because that doesn't always happen here.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
How
be
exciting,
great.
right?
That's very exciting.
So fun. Another good one is the San Antonio Aquarium. It's a little bit smaller, but there's a lot of opportunity to actually pet the animals.
The fish.
The fish, yes. The stingrays, the sharks. You can pet them all, and they're so friendly.
Cool. Is that the one off of 410 and...
410 and Bandera.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I thought that was called something else, like Aquata... No? Maybe I'm thinking about something different.
They have like a little... what are those bounce house parks inside there? And I think that's called Iguanas
Yeah, I don't know.
Something,
I've been there
but,
before, and it's actually it's a nice little cozy one. So if
Yeah.
you're expecting like a big old majestic, it's not really that, but it's still very entertaining.
There's a lot of animals. I mean,
Yeah.
a ton, and probably half of them are ones that you can actually pet.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is really cool, a really unique experience. So
Yeah.
definitely something to check out.
Yeah, and then cost-wise too, you also have the San Antonio Zoo. You can
Yeah,
always
definitely.
go do that. Check that out as well. That's a good opportunity.
One of my favorites is the San Antonio Museum of Art. Of course, we have the McNay.
Yep.
We have the Whitty. We have a ton of museums
Yeah.
here, and that is always a nice, calm way to spend a hot day. You know, you don't want to be outside. Go hit up a museum, you know.
You know what though, too, like when you, for parents, right? I mean, I'm not trying to say this is the right way to do things, but I would encourage you guys that when you go to the museum, like look for the areas that you are actually really interested in, because your genuine interest in those items, you'll be so surprised how your kids will react to your genuine interest. You know, because I know too many people that are like, oh, my kids, they get bored at the museum, you know, because you're just walking around. Like, go to a part of the exhibits or an exhibit that you find super fascinating, and then share that fascination with your kid, because they'll get like, man, I've never seen, you know, my dad or whatever so impressed with this.
That's true.
You know, and it's
That's
a
one
good
thing that I really like about San Antonio Museum of Art. They have so many different types of art and different eras and all this, you know, different cultures.
Yeah.
And so really, like, if you spend some time on something that somebody in the group doesn't really care for, it's going to be over in just a few minutes, and you're going to move on to a totally new channel, essentially. So it really does help with keeping that attention going. So it's a really good museum.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's my favorite museum, to be honest with you.
For sure. And then, staying on the cost category, you also have obviously those fun parks, San Antonio, Fiesta, Texas, and SeaWorld. If you do go, definitely go as early as possible so you can take advantage of that. You know, not so many people out there.
Not
it's not
having
as
to park
hot.
a mile away.
Yeah, for sure. So that is always going to be an option. Those are pretty fun. I haven't been to Fiesta, Texas, SeaWorld in a long time.
I went to SeaWorld a few times last year because we got passes. So.
Nice.
So it was cool, man. I haven't ridden a roller coaster, and I can't even tell you. And that is one of my favorite things to do, is ride roller coasters.
Yeah.
But between pregnancies and just like, I don't want to spend money, I don't want to spend $70 on a ticket or whatever it was. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I can do without it.
Yeah.
But it was really like,
Do you have a favorite ride?
no, I love them all, dude.
Yeah.
All of them.
Man, you know, I think about my favorite ride, and honestly, it's more memorable than like my favorite, because I remember Ethan was like super scared to get on rides. They have a Wonder Woman, right? Or White?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because that's the one that, for some reason, I kind of doubted my thoughts. But yeah, because I remember him being so terrified. He was a kid and he was so terrified. He was like, I don't want to do it. I was like, dude, I'll buy you a toy or whatever. And like, he was terrified. And finally, he got on, and afterward, he was like, yeah, let's do it again.
Oh,
And
so
he was
cool.
hooked ever since then. But yeah, that one, I just have more memory. But I really enjoyed the Superman one. That one was a lot of fun.
So I can't remember what it's called, but it's this one with like 5 chairs on one side and 5 chairs on the other, and it swings, and then
okay.
eventually goes like pretty much upside down and
Yeah.
just hang there for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's ginormous. Like when you're at the top part, you're really like higher than any other part of the park.
Nice.
And it's huge. The thing is ginormous. It's
Yeah.
so big that it's scary big. And that was Caroline's first roller coaster ever.
Really?
I was like, me and Caitlin, her older sister, who was 17 at the time,
Yeah.
we were like, oh. And Caroline gets off and she's like, that was the best. I was like, oh my God, you're a rock star, dude. I was like, you're so awesome.
Is awesome. You've done everything on the list, and you're like, what else can I do? Well, we talked about all the hiking trails in San Antonio and surrounding cities. That it's a good one. So
Yes.
those are absolutely free. Just make sure you stay hydrated and all that. But there's also the Greenway
Oh,
trails. Man, those are so cool. Especially if you're a cyclist and you want
Yeah.
to try something. Their whole plan is to connect
it's almost done.
Yeah, connect all of San Antonio, and I'm sure when that's done, they're gonna have a huge event. Like
They've
for all,
got to, man.
Yeah.
I think that it was just such a great idea of our city. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to like give them all the applause. They deserve it, because
Yeah.
that's whoever initiated this thing just deserves a medal, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mention, or a couple things we didn't mention, was La Vita.
Oh, yeah.
Shopping at the Pearl or window shopping, that's free. And then, y'all, we can do ghost tours.
I forgot about ghost tours.
I want to do a ghost tour.
You know
That'd
what?
be fun.
I really enjoy the Pearl, but I think that they're changing up the parking situation over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I could be wrong, but last time I went, the parking situation was weird. Like it was starting to be confusing where you can park.
Come on, get it together, Pearl.
I know, some like charge and some don't, and it's just
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was just, if you're gonna go to the Pearl, I don't know if it's, just make sure that you're paying attention where you park. It's becoming a little confusing.
You don't want to get, booted or towed.
Yeah, it's a little silly. What are you all doing for spring break? Are you excited about it? Let us know down below.
I know when it comes to our kids, Mama Bear can come out quick, right? Somebody picks on your kids, somebody looks at them the wrong way, makes them feel a certain way. You're like, oh no, you don't do that to my kid. Well, a San Antonio parent took that to another level and has actually done something, acted on it.
Yeah.
So here's the story. A bully made the kid give away his sports drink, Gatorade, whatever it was. And so the mom hatched a plan to make a nasty Gatorade and have her son just give it to the other boy the next day. I don't know what was in it. The article didn't say.
Yeah,
did they?
Yeah, it said it was nothing like toxic. It was lemon vinegar and salt. Yeah.
And that put him in the hospital?
Yeah.
How does that put one in the
I
hospital?
think it was a little dramatic.
Probably because, okay, so here's the thing. A kid that is a bully usually isn't getting the right kind of attention at home or is being bullied at home, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So their parents acting out in a way that's not rational would make sense, would it not?
I guess so. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, because so apparently too that the mother was a nurse, and she was like, it wasn't supposed to hurt him. It was just supposed to be like a prank.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, like
still,
the concept is pretty wild. I know when Ethan was a baby, and I would even take him to like playgrounds or something, and I'm watching him like a hawk, and I see another kid just push him or something like that. I was like,
move him out the way to get up the slide. You're like, where's your parent, kid?
If it wasn't for rules, my boot would be in a face. And that's the thing is like, I get it. And then at a bigger scope, when they're older and they seem a little vulnerable, I know how it feels. But she actually did something about it. And to be honest with you, like, it wasn't even that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was kind of taken out of proportion. But she's actually going to jail for injuring the kid.
Oh my gosh. It's kind of odd to me hearing that she was a nurse.
Yeah.
I mean, they have standards that they have to live by when you're a nurse, and you have to take certain oaths to do no harm, that kind of stuff. And so it's a little bit surprising that a nurse would think this is the way. Here's the thing. There's bullies in every society, in every age group and category, in every part of life there's going to be bullies.
Yeah.
The thing that we need to teach our children is how to stand up to them, right? How to know and be sure of who they are. I heard a thing the other day that was talking about, when their kid brings something, like, look what I did. And it was like, parents, don't be like, oh, I love it. It's so great, this and that. Instead, ask them, oh, okay, how do you feel about what you made? Because when we say, oh, I love it, then we're making the kid understand that their value is whatever someone else places upon what they've done, not what they place on what they've done.
And it also can be like a little bit misleading too, in the sense that everything I do is amazing. Like everything, I'm perfect.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And then when they hear the content, when they hear that they're not, it's like a shock. Like, what? Like, I thought I did everything amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's insane. Like, my kids used to be like, Mom, you just think we're all beautiful, So I don't even know. It's just because you're our mom. And I'm like, I don't think that that's true.
Yeah.
I would tell you, if I thought you were ugly, I wouldn't even bring it up to you because I don't want to highlight something. I'm only going to tell you the good truth about yourself.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. I've always been, like, for me, I think there's chapters in kids' lives, right? Like, when they're born, obviously you're like there 24 million seconds a day. And then like as they get a little older, start walking, they're a little more conscientious. You become like a helicopter parent. And then eventually it's kind of like, okay, now I'm giving you, like, I'm telling you what to do. And then it goes to a more advisory role. And then now you're kind of just a coach. And so I think there's patterns. But at the end of it, I think that the whole core value is supposed to be preparing them for the future.
Preparing them to be independent.
100%. And I feel like, like all this, like the what is the word whenever you, like, you're too, there's a word for it where you're too, like, damn, I'm losing it.
You're just too involved in making decisions for them. You're covering up for them.
Coddling. Like the coddle parents, I feel that they're doing so much injustice because at the end of the day, the kid there's like a foundation of what kids experience and when they become adults. And if they're coddled, regardless, it's either they're going to experience it with you as a parent, where you could potentially risk them like getting hurt by words you say, because it's either you or the world. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen regardless.
Because the truth for everything always comes out, right?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there is that stage of development where it's like you're trying. And we're going to let you try. We're not going to blow your head up or anything like that and make you think that you're the best thing ever, but we're going to encourage you to continue trying.
Yeah.
And then at some point, because to get anywhere great, you still need steps, you know, not great at all to okay, to just like this show right here. I guarantee you, if you looked at our shows from a year ago,
don't do it.
you know, you'd be all like, whoa, okay, a little more rusty, you know, and we're not where we want to be in the end, but we're a lot more polished than we were then. And all of that accumulates to greatness, right? So we need them to be not good at stuff. And then we need them to be okay at it. And then, all right, you've transitioned to decent, and now you're good, and now you're better, and now you're wonderful, and now you're great. They have to go through all of those stages of the things, you know?
And I feel like a lot of people think like that's common sense, but the actions of it are so subliminal.
Everybody wants, what is it? A prodigy. Everybody wants a prodigy. You know, like, oh, let's find that thing that you have that nobody else has. Let's find where you're Mozart. Stop it. Like, guys, don't do that. You're setting them up to think they're never going to be good enough because they did not come into this world as a prodigy of something. And that's ridiculousness. Are you a prodigy of something? And who do you blame that you're not a prodigy of something?
Do you remember the first time, and maybe I didn't know how to ask this question, but it's lingering. Do you remember the first time you realized that it's okay to fail?
I'll have to think about that.
Because I remember my first time, and it was way too older. I was in high school when I realized, oh, this is okay. Because I had this mindset as a kid that I had to be perfect. I had to, like, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm not perfect, I just won't do it. You know, like, it would be like, I'm not going to try it because in my head, I'm not going to.
Dumb.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
dumb.
look dumb.
And blah, blah, blah. But I remember in high school, I was in choir, I think. And I remember not, like, wanting to sing a song. And my teacher was like, you've never sang the song before. I was like, I know, I don't want to sing it. He's like, what do you, okay, we're all here to, like, whatever. And
this is what we're here for, dude.
Yeah, like, we're here to practice. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to practice. And I was just like, and I don't remember the exact quote, but I remember it impacting me. Like, that conversation was like, okay, so it's okay to, like,
to suck at first.
To suck, you know? Yeah. And I was like, why am I realizing this at such an older... And then even as an adult, like, I know it was very difficult when I was playing music, too. Or, like, when I tried doing that professionally, I found myself stopping myself from doing stuff because of that concept. But it's like, man, I should have just learned, like, at a younger age, it's okay. I should have... You know what I'm saying? There should have been... If that was, applied to me, maybe it'd be a little different. But, yeah, it was just strange. I just feel like that curve took a little long for me than I would have wanted to, you know?
I think for me, a very instrumental thing in my life was playing softball. So I started softball in 4th grade. I had never played before. Somebody in my school was starting a team, and I was just like, okay, something to do, like, let's do it. And they started me at catcher. And I don't know if you know, or I don't know if this is your opinion, but in those days anyway, it was looked at as the catcher as being the suckiest person. You know, like you don't have to even be good at anything.
Yeah.
Now, the truth of the matter is the catcher really does need to be good because the pitcher works the most in baseball and softball. And when you have somebody behind the plate who's throwing the ball wild and, you know, making them work harder than they need to work, you know, not giving them a good target to aim for, you're harming the team.
Yeah.
You know, you're just filling the position is not enough. But they started me there because I had never played before. And so I quickly recognized that, that this is where you put the people who are not good, right? But then I also realized that I have to be good because the pitcher, I'm gonna wear them out if I suck. Like I'm just gonna wear them down to where they're not gonna be able to finish off the game strong, and then we're gonna lose. Yeah. And it made me push myself. So.
And that's top of it. You have to be strategic. You have to know where to throw the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? If someone's running, it takes strategy to be in that position.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I played that position for a little while, and then eventually I just started moving up until like shortstop ended up being my last position, and I was the what is it called, the student who helps the coach. What are they called? The
assistant maybe.
Team captain.
Oh, nice.
So I ended up being the team captain.
Yeah.
And you know, I always recognized that I started at what everybody considered to be the worst position, but I said, you know what, this is something that is important, but it can be dumbed down for somebody who sucks, or I can elevate it and make sure that I'm supporting this position in the right way. And so I held myself to that standard, but I think sports did that for me.
Yeah.
You know, gave me that thing to say, like, I have to develop my craft for me to be happy with where I'm at, you know?
You see, and I think that brings us back full circle, because the whole topic, the whole situation, this whole topic is about bullying, you know?
Pause, I'm gonna sneeze.
It's okay, I'm keeping my hand here so I know. Bless you.
They say look at the light. I don't know if that makes you sneeze or makes you not.
It makes you sneeze because it closes your eyeballs. Wow, it's really there.
It's really, my eyes are watering.
Go like this, like tap on.
Sounds like a nothing.
Or go like rub the top of your eye, I guess. Nothing?
All right. No. All right.
Okay. All right, back in action. Ready? And so, like, this whole conversation really revolves around bullying, right?
Right.
And like, you got your lessons from sports.
Yeah.
I believe that it's more, the right word is criticism. I think criticism is healthy. But for kids, it can come across as bullying.
Right.
Right? And obviously there's some big bullies out there, whatever the case is.
Like delivery matters.
Yeah, and all that. But at kids, I don't think they really know
they're all still developing.
Yeah.
On both sides of the equation. Like if you stinky, you know, if I'm a kid, I'll be like, oh, you stink.
And guess what?
You know?
That other kid is probably going to go home and take a shower and make sure he doesn't get laughed at again.
Yeah, but he's probably also going to tell his mama, hey, they yelled I stink in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, well, kid A needs to learn proper etiquette. Hey, take somebody aside and say, hey, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but there's a little bit of an odor on you, and I don't want anybody to make fun of you. So, you know, maybe talk to your parents about it.
Yeah, you see, but the thing about it...
But they're not being taught that etiquette.
They're not. And the thing about it, though, too, is like, I'm a dude, right? And for me, from another guy, like... I could be wrong.
Oh, you'd just be like, bro, you stink.
Yeah, like, bro, go take a shower. Like, go wash your feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. Like, if it's a girl, obviously, I'm going to be like, I'm like, hey. You know what I mean? But,
hey, honey.
But from guy to guy, like, if we're at school, whatever, for me, I think that's constructive. You know what I'm saying? And even with Ethan, like, it's always about distinguishing where the motive is. You know what I'm saying? Where is the motive? Like, pay attention to motive. Pay attention to, like, perspective. Like, if you feel like you're getting...
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? We cannot look at the world through the lens of, let me decipher everybody's true intent.
Yeah.
Because that is, it can be like you're looking at everything suspiciously, too. You know, this is something that I've been trying to teach my kids since they were yay high, right? Number one, we should walk and live in love, right? And number two, love always trust. So if you say something to me, you know what? I'm going to trust that you have no malintent. And you know what? That keeps my karma, that keeps me clean from all these other negative things. Because if I don't believe you have malintent, then I'm going to treat you right whether you have malintent or not. And nobody can ever say anything negative about my character.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense, and I agree with that. But what I'm talking about is somebody coming at you a specific way that makes you feel like, whoa, like makes you have that initial feeling like you want
like
to...
of shame or...
but that, like where you want to fight back or you want to bounce back, and it makes you feel that way. That moment, it's safe to take a step back and kind of evaluate the situation a little bit. I mean, obviously don't spend too much time there because it's weird, but just take a moment before acting to evaluate what's going on.
Think before you speak. Just goes back to that whole principle. Think before you speak.
Exactly.
You know?
And I feel like that in itself, just taking that one little moment, and you'll be able to start really distinguishing, oh, this person is really, either he's just trying to be funny and just coming off as a, ass, or, he's just trying to be whatever, but then you just get a little perspective before you act on it. And that's all I ask, because at that point, do what you got to do. The one thing, my biggest thing when it comes to bullying is that I know that it offers perspective too, And once again, I say bullying, but it's really constructive criticism. I think that's what it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, kids don't know how to deliver that until they're adults. But at the same time, if we can teach our kids how to receive that and just find a way to make it lighthearted and just kind of listen, but also kind of redirect and
just teaching emotional intelligence.
That's what it is.
It's so important to do, because you're giving them the tools on how to handle these situations. I try to teach my daughter something on the way to school every day, and one of those days it was all about standing up for yourself. When you feel like somebody's not seeing you, make sure you say, hey, I feel like you're not being fair to me because I would like whatever the case may be. And literally the same day, I pick her up and I'm like, hey, how was your day? Did you have a chance to stand up for yourself, to say what you're really thinking and feeling? And she goes, yes, I did. She goes, so-and-so, we were assigned to be in the same center, and she said she didn't want to play with me in the center. She was going to play by herself. And I let her know that really bothers me, and I really wanted to have some fun with her and play the game that we were supposed to play together. And she said, okay. And we played together, and we had so much fun, and it was such a good time. And I was just like, how are you articulating this as a first grader to another kid who's like, okay, you know what, I acknowledge your feelings and I'm going to change my perspective and my action. And then for her to articulate it back to me so well, it was
that's really good. That's
wow.
Really, and you reminded me of a story. I think it's from the book called Raising Men. It's such an amazing book, but I think it's that one. But he has a daughter too, so he talks about raising a daughter. And he said that his daughter, and I'm gonna butcher the story, but basically that she felt her friend was starting to bully her or just starting to whatever, and then he simply said, just ask her, like, are you doing this to hurt my feelings? You know what I'm saying? And she did, and that other girl was like, never.
I am?
Yeah, it's like, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't and there were kids, they were like 11 or 12, I think, and that the perspective change of the other person, like, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings, I just was trying to be silly or whatever. So just bringing it to light, stuff like that is kind of interesting.
Just to be direct and say what you mean what you say.
I like to pitch this idea.
Okay, pitch it.
Pitch the idea of facts, right? Like trying to, and it's hard because when we're kids, our emotions are a little bit more involved, but what are the facts? Always, what are the facts? And if those facts do not align with like you being happy, the facts are the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like just for example, with your daughter, let's just say that the facts were that she just rather be playing by herself. And the rules don't necessarily, and I'm making it a bigger thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the rules don't necessarily mean she has to play with you. Maybe that she just wants to play by herself. Those are the facts. So, and once again, bigger picture. But I'm thinking, how can we just go based off facts versus just the emotions? Or is that even a possibility how can we anchor it to facts versus that as much as possible?
Well, it's just, compartmentalizing things like I said about love. always trust. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm gonna say everybody's not out to get me.
Yeah.
But you know, I think for a while in human history, very recently, it was like everybody's out to get you. You gotta stand for yourself
Yeah.
because everybody else, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that because of that, we've been on the defense. You know, in our head and in our heart, and all that's gotten us is a disconnected society, and it's really been detrimental. And so our kids are growing up with that already in their DNA.
Yeah.
And so we have to change that narrative. Like, look, just trust that they do care about you.
Yeah.
But maybe they want to do gymnastics for PE time, and you don't do that. You know, or they are really excited about this or that, and so just be happy for them.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Absolutely. And that's another thing. Oh man, we can talk about this all day. That's another thing too, is like that being genuinely happy for somebody else's whatever, that is a game changer.
And one of the things I tell my daughter when she feels slighted by people, I'm like, listen, y'all are all going to be in the same school system for a very long time. This is the beginning of your friendship.
Yeah.
Don't stress about it.
Yeah.
You know what? Or, you know, when they end up in different classrooms, maybe next year you and so-and-so will be in the same classroom, but y'all will have made all these other friends in different classrooms
for sure.
that you just strengthen your group because y'all are all going to be together for such a long time that it's okay. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about right now. Just make the relationships and the friendships that you can right now and be grateful for that. You know,
that sounds like, and that's why like we talked about it like I think last time about the comedian making fun of like his daughter.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna repeat it, and once again I'm gonna chop up the joke, but basically he's saying that his daughter came up to him and said, "Hey Dad, how does my outfit look?" And he was like, "Or does it match?" And he just didn't say anything or whatever. And she went to school. Oh, he was like, I think he said, "Oh, it looks good." She went to school. And she came back crying off the bus. And he's like, "What happened?" He was like, all my friends made fun of me. They said, "This is match. And why didn't you tell me anything?" He's like, "Well, because if I would have said anything, you wouldn't have changed.
Nope.
You wouldn't have cared. But if your friend said something, you know," and then he's like, "So bullying made my daughter prettier." So, but I think that the idea, the concepts, right, is that it does make a difference. And that if that can be, which is a tall ask, but if it would be converted from bullying to constructive, right? And it starts from home. It starts from the parents to be constructive, and then from on the other perspective is understanding. Okay, let's figure out what's going on here, right? And then facts and emotional break checks. You know, I don't know. It's this. It all starts from home at the end of the day. But you know,
and the thing is like everybody's going to deal with bullying. The whole span of their life in one way or another. You know, I mean, I don't know about you, but to this day, like I get a little bit of online bullying to my channels. I've had people tell me not to have kids. I'm like, whoops, already got 7. Dang.
Yeah.
I had somebody say about my kindness challenge, today's challenge is to fix your eyebrows. I'm like, thank you for picking on the second thing I like least about myself. I appreciate it.
But your eyebrows are like, what's it called? The symmetrical. They work. What are you talking about? That guy's tripping. But the thing is,
but like I get, one of them I asked who somebody's favorite celebrity or first celebrity crush, and they're like, not you. And I'm like,
well, at least he thought you're a celebrity.
well, no duh, dude.
It's kind of a compliment. He was
it's a backhanded compliment. No, but there's been lots of things. And you know, like, usually, like, I'll just either not respond or I'll respond with, "I'm sorry I triggered you. I hope your day gets better." Something like that. And, you know, from that, other people have commented on like, "Oh my God, you're so nice," you know, but that person shouldn't be saying, I'm like, it's okay. Like, I don't know what they're going through. And so I just hope that, you know, things get better for them, and that's it. You know, but it's because like I've had to learn these kind of things on how to react to it and how not to let it like seep into me, because Shirley can get, you know, I'm like, oh my God, my eyebrows.
Yeah, I like your eyebrows. But look, at the same time though, I think bullying, cyberbullying is you're a freaking coward, bro. Like, cyberbullying is the most coward.
Keyboard warriors out there.
Dude, get out, bro. Like, if they were face to face with you, they wouldn't say a damn thing.
No,
like
they
that.
wouldn't.
There are such cowards. But the worst thing about that is our kids are growing up in a society of cowards.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them are cowards. You know, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like if you, and it was funny because Ethan was playing a game when he was younger, And he was like talking so much trash to this kid. I was like, Ethan, I'm gonna put him in front of you. See if you say the same things. He was like, oh, blah, blah. I was like, bro, like,
no.
Yeah. Let's do right by this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's not stoop down
Be
to this
who you
level.
are.
Exactly.
Be a good person.
And that's the worst part for us adults. We still get it. I know when I get it, depends on what it is. Like, I get it too. Sometimes if it's silly, if it's something really dumb, I just delete them. I don't care. Like,
I leave them there. I'm like, whatever. You're just showing people your true colors.
Or,
like, I'm not.
If it's like something that's kind of funny, like I'll back on it. Like but not
I've done that too.
Yeah, but not like talk trash. I'll just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, for example, some guy.
Just go along with it. Like the guy the guy who said not you, and I was like, well, obviously.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I just went LOL.
But there's a guy that commented on one of my videos. He was like, why is the quality of your video so trash and blah blah blah? It looked like you recorded from a phone. And I was like, first of all, I did record it from a phone. I was like, and then
you go to their page and they have no videos.
No, he had one video and it was the worst. I don't remember what I said, but I commented on his video. And but it's more entertaining. Like, I'm not upset. I would just, if it's gonna be an entertaining little part of my life, I'd be like, oh, hold on, let me get in on this. But stuff like that is funny. But the bullying, like, so when I was in school, I don't know why, but I was in elementary school. I was a bully. I was told that I was a bully.
He doesn't know why.
I don't know. Well, I think so.
I kept tripping that kid, and then they called me a bully.
Yeah, well, I think it's because I was a baby of the family, and then I always watched a lot of Bruce Lee and all that stuff. So I was always practicing my moves on people. Maybe, I don't know. But when I became in middle school, I remember I was told that I was a bully, and it freaked me out because I don't like that. I grew up in a very religious household. No bullying is whatever, And then so I was like, I didn't realize that I was doing that. And then I was like, cool, let me just bully the bullies. So the people that were getting bullied on, I just go to that bully and embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool. But it carried on through like high school, and I was like, it was weird. Like, after that, I was like, I'm cool, But then as an adult, like, I think it just came for the bulliness that I got was from management that were bitter more than anything. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the experience that I had. But
yeah, we've talked about a little bit of that for me.
Yeah,
I've had a little bit of that.
But I'm also really loud and I call people out all the time, so it doesn't last long.
And I'm not. I'm like the quiet girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did get bullied in elementary school.
I go beat them up?
Yeah, can you? No, I found out right before I left a particular elementary school in 3rd grade that I would get in fights every day, literally, not even exaggerating, like at least 2 fights a day. And we talked to administration, they didn't do anything about it. But this one time, this boy was on top of me and he was punching me, and he was like, we really like you, right? And I like dropped my arms down and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, but so-and-so hates you. And we've known her since kindergarten, so whatever she says, we have to do, and she tells us to fight you every day. And I was just like so shocked. And I didn't really know that person, except for I remember the first day, because I started going there in 2nd grade and went through 3rd grade. And on my first day of 2nd grade there, my mom had got me all these cute little Lisa Frank erasers, and they smell like whatever, watermelon, strawberry, this and that. And so I had taken them out. I'm all excited, And that girl that he was saying, she grabbed one of them. And I was like, give me my eraser back. And she was like, no. And I was like, so I got it from her. I was like, no, give me my stuff back. And I moved on. Like, I forgot about it. I didn't care. Like, the situation was over. Well, then I started talking with this other girl, and she was real friendly and real nice. And just, we were having a good conversation. I was like, do you want one? And she's like, yeah. So she took 1 or 2 or whatever. And, I just went on with my day. Didn't think anything of it, And then, when that boy told me that, I was just like, what? Because the 2nd year that I was there, me and her weren't even in the same class anymore. But she was still, big time. Damn. I was like, dang, dude. So then I ended up going to private school to get me away from that. But it was pretty weird, man. Pretty weird time.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I think bullying is, it's not going anywhere. I think it's just our job to educate our kids and our nephews and nieces and grandkids that how to navigate through that. And also, don't be afraid to tell, if you think one of your kids is a bully, set them straight, man. Like, don't be encouraging, man. Set them straight. I don't know. Well, what do you guys think? We went on a little rant there. Are you?
Easy to rant on that,
It
right?
is so easy to rant on that. Like, I'm big on philosophy and all how
Yes.
things work. So anytime we talk about anything in regards to people, how they
There's
think,
a rabbit hole.
rabbit hole.
Big time. So what do y'all think about this nurse and parent who, you know, poisoned another student?
Yeah, I don't know. She's yeah. Let us know. Would you do the same? Lemon, salt, and vinegar. You will go to jail.
Yes. Oh man, that's so rough.
That's rough.
So according to Pete,
Okay.
there's only a very small percentage of people in the world that can do this.
Okay. Challenge.
Do you think you're part of that little bitty percentage?
I'm about to find out.
All right. Can you lick your elbow?
I don't know. Let me try it. Wait, can I help myself?
I don't care.
I don't have a giraffe tongue. I think I know somebody who can. But I
Call him out. Who is it? Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh.
Your turn.
I can lick your elbow for sure.
You try it.
All right.
You're like way farther than me. I was kind of close.
Yeah.
You're miles.
It's because of my big muscles. They're in the
Yeah.
way.
That's it. That's fun. Can you guys do it? If you can, let us know.
Upload a video about it, please.
Yes,
I'd like
send it
see
to us.
We want to see those 1%ers in the world.
We'll post you on Real Talk San Antonio on our social media platforms.
Yeah. All right, and now it's time for our
Dare on Air.
And I believe that I made lots of accents last time, so it is your turn to draw, sir.
Cool. Easy peasy lemon. This thing is, dude. Ooh.
Ooh,
Nada.
who needs to get a lotto ticket today? Oh, nope,
It's going down, y'all.
nope. You shut your old face. Okay, nothing wants to go. Oh, hello. Hello, friend.
Shoot. Talking mushroom.
Getting sticky. No way.
Yes, ma'am.
No way.
You slickeroony.
Too easy. Easy money. Oh my god.
We're back on
Did
it.
somebody switch out our Jenga set? It started out easy.
Oh, no, it's down. It's over.
You shut your mouth.
It's over.
It's blank. Can I start over?
It's over. No way.
It's your turn now.
Oh my god. This is gonna drop. It's already dropping. I cannot believe you nailed that.
Oh, me neither.
Oh my god. Look, it's already falling.
Ooh.
Guys, you have no idea how wobbly this thing is right now. I'm using my every...
I don't even want to breathe on it. Oh my god. It's like this. You know what this means? I get to pick the dare on air. Your dare is to get out there in our Quoto Banker hallway and start a conga line with anybody and everybody who's in the office.
Okay, challenge accepted. Let's go.
All right.
Man, our office is awesome.
Conga.
Hey,
Everybody conga.
that was really cool.
I wanted to be in it.
I know.
I had to be a camera woman.
Our office is amazing. You guys are so cool for participating. That was
Thank
cool.
you guys.
Those are our teams. They're awesome. Our people. We love y'all.
All right, one last thing. Shout out to my baby brother Jimmy and his beautiful wife Shelly.
Happy birthday!
Happy anniversary, you guys. This is their first anniversary. So excited for them. They have created a beautiful family and a beautiful partnership in life, and I'm just so proud of them both. And so, happy anniversary, you guys. Love you.
Happy anniversary. Thank you guys for sticking around, chatting with us, and hanging out. What do you think about our set so far, guys? Give us feedback, let us know, and we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, let us know if you have any ideas.
Suggestions.
Spitball into us. Bye.
Peace.
いいのはですね、ですか。そういう、ですが。